Hey guys, welcome to my weekly Facebook Live show. I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder of Generation PR and the creator of Generation Academy. I am here to support PR professionals in growing their businesses, mastering the art of pitching the media, and launching, growing, and scaling a profitable PR agency. I keep looking down because I got two kittens. They're so sweet, and they're currently sitting on my desk, cuddling and purring, and you guys may be able to hear them purring. I'm going to wait just a second till I see that people have found my live, and if you're watching the replay, just maybe skip ahead a minute or two. Usually takes a couple minutes. So I'm just going to wait until I'm sure I'm live and I know someone can see me. Yeah, okay, cool. Hi, welcome. Okay, yes, now I know for sure that I'm live. Hello, hello. Hope everybody is doing well. Oh, look at those. That has to be, who is that? Look at that love. I'm getting hearts and thumbs up, and that's so appreciated. Thank you. Say hi. See, I told you I have two little kittens. They're here. Oh my God, oh, it's Chrissy, even though it just for me says Facebook user. I don't know why, but it's me. Thank you. Oh my God, you guys, look at this. It's just a little kitty in there. Oh my God. So I just got back into town late last night. My husband and I took a quick trip to Banff and Lake Louise in Calgary. Hi, Lily. Oh, hi. Good to see you. Oh my God, Callie. This is Callie, and her brother Leon is sitting on my desk, but she just wants to be in my lap. Oh, it's Danielle. Okay, it's so weird. I can't see. It says Facebook user there. Anyway, so I'm so sorry. Oh, now they're fighting. Okay. Banff and Lake Louise, absolutely beautiful. My husband and I went to celebrate our 15-year wedding anniversary, which was in June, and we just couldn't get away because of work for both of us, and we found a little gap. Hi, Kathy. We found a little gap in our schedules, and he just booked the trip within a week, a week before we were leaving. I think because he has... thank you. He has planned and canceled this trip, unfortunately, many times because of COVID and other things, and the Canadian border was closed for so long, and anyway, so we had an amazing time. And one recommendation I have for you, I just really firmly, Serena, did you hear where I was? I think I told you. I just got back from Banff and Lake Louise. So we were in Calgary, we flew out of Calgary. Francesca, ciao Bella. So what I will say is that we spent 4 days in nature. It was amazing. Hiking and breathing fresh air and really just feeling grounded. And I firmly believe that nature is healing, it's rejuvenating. In LA, we spend so much time in our cars, driving everywhere. We're not really walking because it's such a spread out city. I noticed that in Banff, it's a little walking city. If you've ever been to, where was I this summer? Jackson Hole, Wyoming is a very similar feel. Just fresh air, you're outside walking. We felt that we were grounded and calm, and we felt connected, and the phones were away. We honestly only used them for cameras when there was a moment that we wanted to capture. We barely called our kids, I have to say. They're older, 10 and 12, so they were having fun with, our nannies and whatnot. So, Angela, you are not allergic to nature. I just think there is something so valuable to getting outside, walking on the grass, grounding yourself to the earth if you can. Hi, Nelson. I just got back from Banff and Lake Louise. I'm telling that to all of my friends here who are in Canada. So flew into Calgary, as you probably know, and it was beautiful, and we just really reconnected. It was awesome. So I just want to make being in nature a bigger part of my life. My husband wants to hike more. You see these kitties. She's trying to get in my lap. Her brother just gave her a bath, which was super cute. So my husband and I want to be more of a family. Like, we got a dog. She loves to be outside. There's just not a lot of dog-friendly hikes. Look at this little baby. Hello. There's not a lot of dog-friendly hikes nearby. Like, some of the better hikes are not dog-friendly, but we decided that we want that to be a value in our family that we share with our boys. They actually love hiking. We go to a national park every summer. This summer we did Jackson Hole and Yellowstone, which was incredible, and tons of hiking, and the boys are great hikers, and they actually don't complain, and they're off their devices, so it's great for everyone. So that's my recommendation. Calgary. Oh, what part? We flew into Calgary and went to Banff and then Lake Louise and a couple other day hikes, but we were there for 4 nights. So 2 in Banff and 2 in Louise. Really fast, but like end of the season, so everything's pretty much closing to turn over for the winter season, for ski season. So we kind of got the last of the services still being open. Like, it's crazy. There are some locations that close from basically October 10th to June 1st. So we were literally like the last day that the shuttles were running or that things were open. So we lucked out. It was amazing. So anyway, but I'm so happy that you are here. I'm happy that I came back in time to do my Thursday show, because this is a topic that obviously everybody is super interested in: how to raise your rates and finally get paid what you're worth. I think I'm going to be getting a lot of agreement and amens from Nelson. We have a very similar philosophy on what we charge in our businesses and why we charge our rates that we do. So hopefully, Nelson, you'll love my, my suggestions here. But here's the reality, guys, is that, inflation's rising significantly. Economists and anybody with half a brain is saying we're heading into a recession. So our dollars are not going as far as they used to. And I know there's a lot of people here internationally. I think the dollar is stronger than ever compared to other currencies, specifically Canada. I know that the dollar was, whoops, Leon, I'm supposed to be like this. I'm supposed to be like that. Okay. The dollar is, just not as, it's a lot stronger in, other countries or whatever, but it's still, we're all still impacted by this kind of looming recession. And here's a crazy reality. Yeah, we know. And like, we took advantage of that, but, it kind of balances out, Nelson, because like the prices are higher to begin with. So a meal in the US that would cost $60 would cost like $80 in Canada, and that's Canadian dollars. And then when you do the exchange, it's back to that, like, I guess, $60-ish US. So it's, because prices are higher. But this is a crazy stat, and it's backed by our source for the stat is Trading Economics, that says if you're not making at least 8.5% more this year than you did last year, you're not even beating the rate of inflation, and you're effectively making less money than you did before. Let that sink in. It's kind of a tough pill to swallow. You have to make closer to 10% more this year than you did last year to actually be more profitable and actually make more money when you factor inflation. That's crazy. Yeah, when you have to buy something online in the US, I know it's if the conversion is not to your benefit. So we're going to combat this as entrepreneurs by talking about raising our rates. And we have the power to adjust our rates when we see fit, because we're the pros, we're the experts, you're an agency owner, And you want to take advantage of being in the driver's seat of your business, your career, so that you get paid what you're worth, recession or not. So we're going to go over what you need to consider to start raising your rates immediately, like ASAP, and some of my top tips on how to do it. So, kind of brief justification, my 3 reasons that you need to and should and you're justified to raise your rates. The first one is that the more experience you have and the more niche down experience at that, the more you should charge and the more that you are qualified to charge. So we know that industry vets make more for a reason, right? They have the experience to know exactly what to do when, and that's really important to clients. We have this advantage because we know PR, we know the rules of the game, we're on top of everything. The fact that you're here and you're committing to your professional growth, your business growth, you are checked into what's happening in this industry, and that's really valuable to clients. Your clients are paying for your tried and true strategies, your tactics, and your long-standing media relationships. And that applies specifically to connections in your niche. That is why we love niching down, because we know that you can create meaningful relationships and deep subject matter expertise by honing in on an area where you're going to know all the key players, you're going to make connections with the gatekeepers to the media in your niche, you're going to understand what's happening, the trends, the publications that move the needle for your clients. All of that research, hi Sasha. So all of that research, all of that know-how, that insight, the relationships, the strategies and tactics, all of that is extremely valuable to your clients. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're not charging all that your experience is truly worth. A lot of us charge based on what sounds reasonable. Like you're talking to a client and you're like, not every client gets to work with you if they can't afford your rate. There are exceptions. I talk a lot in the Agency Accelerator about my pricing strategy and what my recommendations are. And sometimes, you can charge a lot higher if you sense a high pain in the ass factor with a client and you want to make enough money to cover the extra kind of hand-holding that a client's going to need. Or if there's a client where you're like, I really want to work with this client. I think we could do a great job. Let me come in at an introductory rate for a limited time and let's grow together. You can do that as a business owner. But for the majority of your clients, when you're pitching your services, you should not discount your rates. Unless they have a budget and you look at your services and you're able to trim things, don't just cut your rate because you're like, okay, you can't afford it. Like, here's my new rate. That's not a position of power, and that seems arbitrary, and clients pick up on that. So, think about what your value is with your contacts, your connections. So if you discount your services or you're not raising your rates at a minimum 10% to beat the rate of inflation, you're essentially losing money. You can start charging more just a few years into your agency owner journey. You can also add services with existing clients. Like we will have a check-in and we'll talk to them about their goals and their launches and their objectives for the coming year, kind of when their contract's ready to roll. And we'll propose some additional services with new rates connected to them. And most of the time, the clients will take that sort of upgrade. And a lot of times it's not a lot of additional work because you're already onboarded. You already know this client well. You already know their business as it relates to their competitors. So the additional services, it's not a lot of ramp up and not a ton of additional time, but they're valuable, so you can charge more for it. So as an agency owner, as a PR pro, you're gaining more and more experience every day. So don't discount yourself or downplay your value just because maybe you're still a bit new on the scene. And one of the things I will say about the word new is that I have a lot of agency owners in my program. So I'm talking a lot right now about the Agency Accelerator. We actually have a free training series that I created. It's updated. I'm giving it live. It's a 3-part training series. I'm going to drop the link here again. So sign up because it's really good, and it's totally free. But what I hear a lot of people say is that they are just starting their own agency, so they're new and they can't charge a lot. But they come from a background where they've been performing PR, providing PR services, either at an agency or freelance or in-house somewhere, and they have a deep expertise in their niche because they've been doing it for so long, and they call themselves new. And I'm thinking, you have all of this experience. That doesn't just disappear because you started your own agency. Now they have direct access to your expertise, your insight. You can charge great retainers that are still less than they would pay to have access to you at the same level when you work for someone else. So you get to call the shots now. And it doesn't mean you're new. It means maybe your agency is new, but your expertise is still there, right? So don't call yourself new or feel that you have to discount if you just started your own business. Hold on. Where'd I go? Okay. So that's one, is that the more experience you have, the more you should charge. That just makes a lot of sense. And question here, I'm assuming came from, you can tell me, is it Danielle or Chrissy? Because I can't see, it says Facebook user. But what would those additional services be or look like? It can be anything from, we're doing a lot of paid media right now. So clients will give us a budget and we work with publications and book pay to play. Danielle, we pay to play, but in an ethical way, not those like shady, unethical pay to plays where they're buying real estate without the publication's kind of knowledge, and you're paying to be included in some write-up from a contributor. A lot of contributors at Forbes just got fired for providing unethical articles that they were getting paid for. So those articles all get cut and your money is gone, and it's a huge no-no. What I'm talking about is paid partnerships with media where you're getting an integrated campaign. It can be around a launch. It could be around any sort of campaign for holiday, whatever. And you can do newsletter integrations and social media takeovers and sponsored blog posts, sponsored reviews, things like that. And you can arrange the package and manage your client's budget for that. And that's a service. You can either charge a project fee or you can charge an additional monthly retainer depending on the size of the budget. You can do influencer management. You can do paid influencers or organic influencer management and partnerships. You can do affiliate management. So you're setting up and running their affiliate campaign. Honestly, in my business, since we do product PR, I see that as the next direction that we are going in, setting up affiliate platforms and approving publishers at certain rates, and then leveraging the affiliate revenue component to secure earned media for our clients. So those are a few examples, Danielle, but all of them are, and social media, content creation. Some people do copywriting. I don't love to get into all of that, but it could be, strategy development on something that you aren't specifically working on, maybe a new launch of a product that you didn't have in your original scope of work. All of those things would be additional services. And Francesca's saying, what if you're a one-man band? How can you justify your increase when you're not a big agency? Francesca, it's very simple. It's about the value that you provide to your clients. Why do you have to be a big agency to justify? I mean, granted, let's say their rates are $25,000, $15,000 to $25,000 a month. That doesn't mean you have to charge $2,500. And actually $2,500 is a pretty good, solid foundation, right? you get 2 clients at $2,500 a month. Now you're at 60 grand a year. My goal for everyone in the Agency Accelerator is a 6-figure first year after being in my program. It's very simple. The math pencils out. And we also talk about pricing strategy because that's very important. But yeah, for sure, Danielle. She's saying she wants to learn more about affiliate services. We are actually working on an affiliate program to add to our roster of resources for PR pros because we see them now being so tied together when it comes to product PR. So we want to educate you at a minimum so you can talk about it in meaningful terms with your clients because they need to understand you will probably not be successful in your media outreach if you don't have an affiliate revenue opportunity on the back end. So just kind of keep that in mind. I've talked a lot about this, and there's actually tons of information. We did 2 master classes in the Pitch Lab. So if you're in the Pitch Lab, you'll find it in there in your master classes. There's 2, one that I did and then one where we interviewed Bryce. PR pros. Which PR pros is is that my Facebook group or which PR pro? Like, are you in the Pitch Lab or are you in Agency Accelerator? Those are the 2, like our 2 main programs. You guys should see my kitties. They're right here. They're so cute. I love how they just like love each other and they're cuddling with each other. Okay, my husband is texting me. Hold on. The Pitch Lab. Yes. Okay, so if you've been in the Pitch Lab, either you did a year pay in full and you got all the content at once, or if you do 2 months, then everything unlocks. Then you'll have access to those master classes. Just after 2 months, you get access to everything. It's super, it's a very good resource. So you'll find that in there if you've been in there for 2 months, Danielle. Lily says sometimes clients don't know the difference and value between these alternate services. They use catch-all terms like branding. Well, you're the expert, Lily, so it is your job. And we talk so much about this in the Agency Accelerator because this is a very important revelation that I had that I try to share with others, that you're stepping into your role as an expert from the minute you get on a sales call with clients. And if they say branding, you need to educate them very politely and give them information on the differences between branding, marketing, if they start using these terms interchangeably, because they're not. Let them know about earned media and paid media and social media, like what these different buckets are for, and educating them. It sets you up as the expert from that very first call, and you're serving them. Even though they're not a client yet, you're already serving them. And so they will learn a bunch and they will have a better understanding. And the reality is they will have a better, more reasonable expectation of what your services will and won't do and what they will results-wise provide to them. Okay, so you can come on if they say branding or they say I need you to help me with advertising. You need to get clarity on that, and you can say, well, let me get to the heart of it. This is what PR is. This is what it isn't. And we talk all about that in Agency Accelerator because I think that oops, what happened to my notes? Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. You are already serving them. And you have to establish your expertise really early on and really set those expectations or they're going to be disappointed. Advertising is you pay for a position and you have control on the timing, on the copy, you have control on everything. PR is not that. Earned media, you can give them all the information. They may try your client's product and hate it and write it up in a very negative way. You have no control over that. We do a lot of these articles and they'll say pros and cons. They always have cons. We can't tell them, please don't include cons about our product. Everything's great about it. They still have editorial freedom. So you need to let your clients know that, because if they think they're doing advertising or branding, those are things that you pay for, that you control. And PR is not that. Okay, earned media is not that. Okay, so to add on to my first point about why you need to raise your rates. The more experience you have, the more you should charge. Number two, you deserve it. Okay? I'm sorry, but we work our butts off. And I know a lot of PR pros that don't charge enough for their services simply because they're too afraid to ask for what they deserve. And maybe that is Francesca, who is saying, well, I'm not a big agency, so I can't charge a premium retainer. Well, if you're a subject matter expert and you're getting great results, that has significant value for your clients. Why shouldn't you get paid for that value? You know? And we also, by the way, talk about how even if you are a one-person show, you can set up your business and run it like an agency. And then if you need help, you're not a freelancer. You are bringing in experts when you need them. You can find freelancers to support you, and your clients won't be like, well, who's this new person? I don't know about them. I want you. They want your business. And Danielle's saying, what should we charge for our monthly retainers? It totally depends. Yes. And you speak in plural. You say, we can support you. We can help you. We, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So you can, no to the freelancer mentality. And, you know, it really depends. Like, it's too broad for me to be like, well, you should charge $5,000. I don't know. It depends what services you're providing, what your level of expertise is and experience. But it's not the size of your agency. And that is a limiting mindset, okay? And I teach you your pricing strategy in the Agency Accelerator. It's built on 4 pillars. I'm gonna go into them in my free training, which I'm gonna link one more time. Just sign up for it and then you'll get all of the alerts and everything, and you'll get my whole framework. So I have a 4-pillar framework that I developed. It's mine, proprietary. It's what we teach to in the Agency Accelerator, and it's the 4 pillars are strategy, sales, service, and scale. And I show you what goes into each of those pillars, and it makes a lot of sense. And it's a great way to structure your business from the get-go, because you are going to be strategic in building and creating the stepping stones on your path to running a profitable agency on your terms. That's what that framework will do for you. You know, and a lot of that in strategy is your pricing strategy. This is worth every penny. You mean my free training? Well, I can tell you that the paid stuff that we teach is very valuable. We put a lot into it. We've been running that program for about 5 or 6 years now. Hundreds of agency owners have gone through it, and we've only heard good feedback. Honestly, nobody's been like, that didn't work for me. If you put in the work, you will have a transformation in your business. And this is one transformation here, is going from that freelancer mentality or even freelancer pricing. Oh, good. Yes, it is worth every penny. I can stand by that wholeheartedly. Okay. So, you know, and back to your point, I think it was Francesca, One Woman Show, you're generating results. You know, we sometimes are afraid to ask for what we deserve because it feels like a stretch and it feels a little greedy, right? But if you're generating results and you're building a powerful relationship with the gatekeepers that matter to your clients, if you're scoring win after win, join the Pitch Lab and we'll teach you how, then, you know, and you're getting tons of wins for your clients, why wouldn't you deserve to earn what you're worth? You know, why not? There are other ways that you're supporting clients and informing them and giving them the strategic approach to how PR integrates in other facets of their business. So you're not just like operating in a bubble and not seeing how earned media fits to enhance your clients' other promotional initiatives. So you can be counseling them. I mean, we've even helped brands that are just getting off the ground. They're not quite ready for PR, but we'll come in as a consultant and we'll talk to them about what they need, what their assets are, how to strengthen their copy, what their website needs to have in it so that they are appealing to the media. We'll come in and consult on affiliate programs. I just talk about that. I'm not at this point setting it up yet, but I think that's the direction we're moving into. But think about that. There's so much more value that you're providing, and you started your entrepreneurial journey. I'm sorry, if you're working for yourself, you are an entrepreneur because you wanted to break out of that traditional 9 to 5, all of its limitations. So why would you put limits on yourself and your earning potential? Right? We don't want to do that. We want to leverage our time. You want economies of scale in your business. So that's why it's really helpful to have a deep expertise in your niche. And that way you're making relationships that are going to benefit all of your clients or a lot of your clients. So don't sell yourself short, literally and figuratively. Don't sell yourself short. And you shift your mindset around what you think you deserve and remind yourself that you're worth more than that. Your services, your value, your expertise, your insight, your skills, your results, your strategies. It's worth more than, just because you're like a one-woman show. If you get results, that's all that matters. So when you're earning more, you'll be able to free up more energy towards working on your business. So you shift from that doer and that sort of like worker bee in the business, and you'll start to, when you earn more, you can build a team, you can leverage their time, you can focus on revenue generating activities, building your business, strengthening your new business pipeline, servicing clients from a high level strategic place versus the day-to-day execution. So now you're elevating your role to that CEO visionary role in your company and guiding the direction of the business. That's what happens when you start making more money. You get out of the day-to-day, out of the muck and the mire. Maybe you focus on your zone of genius and the things that you love and that you're great at, and you have enough revenue coming in to bring a team in to support you. And I'll tell you, I was really hesitant. I've had my agency for 17 years. I was super reluctant to bring in a team because I thought, oh, well, I'm not successful in my business until I make as much money as I made as a lawyer. And I was not at that place yet. And I felt like if I gave away even $1, that it would be detrimental to me and I would be farther away from that goal. But what happened was the exact opposite. And once I brought in a team and they took off my plate the things that I didn't love, that I wasn't great at, that I didn't want to do a ton of. I'm supposed to have this up like that, and the cat is right here. And he keeps moving my screen. Hold on. Sorry, Leon. Okay, that's better. Then I do this because my team uses these and they do clips for social and they want to put words over my head, but there's never enough space, so they end up cutting my head off when they change it from a rectangle to a square. Anyway, that's why I keep moving it. So team, leverage their time, changes your life. Let me tell you, truly life-changing. So that's 2. You deserve it. You're the entrepreneur. You're in the driver's seat. Don't sell yourself short. 3 is, I always talk about expert in your niche. When you are an expert in your specific area that you love, that you want to keep growing your business in because you really enjoy working in that space, when you make those relationships and you know exactly what's going on in the media and with your industry, you can charge a premium for your services. So step into your expertise and update your rates to reflect your knowledge and your worth. And niching down is, in my opinion, and when I did it, we were able to 3x our revenue, just by really focusing in on where we had the best results and the best relationships. So niching down, it's a powerful part of earning what you're worth. One of the most effective ways to grow your revenue is niching down. It means serving less kinds of clients. But if you're a generalist, then nobody sees you as the must-have go-to agency. They're just like, oh yeah, they do PR. What have they done? Oh, tech and vitamins, and they've done, cosmetics and a transportation company and, SaaS company, software B2B. I mean, what? your expertise is everywhere. Niche down. And when you have, your level of expertise, other PR pros in your niche and other niches that are really deep experts, they're charging a premium. We charge a premium because we have a proven track record in baby and kids and beauty and cosmetics. So that's our expertise, and I'm going to charge a premium for it because we're really good and we're known and we get results, all of that. So no matter where you are in your journey, have a valuable experience that you have valuable experience you're bringing to the table, whether that's in PR or another industry. A lot of times people will shift from another type of role in maybe social media or marketing or advertising or, creative copy development or whatever, copywriting. We have a lot of people shift from copywriting to PR, or from the media side. They're on the other side. I have a lot of people in my programs that are sometimes still journalists or editors, writers, freelancers for media. That's great expertise, and you're bringing that to the table. I think that's really valuable to have that insight from your other role, or, as a media gatekeeper yourself, what moves the needle. You can leverage that and tell your clients, look, I, have written for this publication for X number of years, and I'm, able to kind of really take that expertise and know how to get the attention of editors because I was on the other side. So valuable. So zoom out and get a holistic view of your skills, your talents, what you bring to the table. Consider everything that you do and what you're good at and what your interests are. I think when you're passionate about something, that comes through in your pitches and when you're working with clients. I get told all the time, wow, I really love your passion for our brand. And it's like, I'm excited because you're a beauty brand and I love the beauty space still after 17 years. I love to get to support brands that are cool and that I believe in. And they want to work with us because we get results, but also because we're excited. We believe in the company. We believe in the founder, and we love their products. We love the brand. And that's something that comes into play when you take the holistic approach to your skills and your talents. Everything you do, everything you're good at, when you determine your new rate, that all should be a factor. Sarah asked, should we have multiple retainer offerings? I typically just charge one price, but in some cases I have changed scope of work to be one pitch angle a month for lower retainers and more for higher. Yeah, you can price, I have to think about that one angle approach because there's always, if you do that angle and you don't really get anywhere with it and within 2 weeks that it's kind of crickets, we would regroup. We would reevaluate and try to come up with something else that would generate results. So I wouldn't wait a whole month and say, well, that didn't work, so I'll try again next month. We would tell the client, we tried this angle and it didn't really have traction, so we're gonna kind of retool a little bit and go with this approach. So, but I do agree that different rates change the scope. Yeah, no, you really have a hard time changing the scope once you are charging that rate. Increasing the rate without additional services, clients are like, but why? Why do I have to pay you more? Didn't I sign up for you to do the job? Well, just do the job. Why do I have to pay you more to actually get results? So you have to price that in when you're thinking about it. So I do charge different clients different rates. Maybe one client has 600 SKUs. They have 600 different products and they launch 5 times a year. Another client has 4 SKUs and they launch a new product, one product one time a year. And we have a lot of runway for it. So retainer, sometimes it's very technical what we have to communicate to the media, and to take that technical, take your expertise and boil something very technical down or distill it down into something very understandable and digestible. That's a skill. It's really hard to do that. And if you can do that, that's worth a lot, So certain niches can charge more, specifically like tech and, even nonprofits, you guys. I know a lot of people that make really good money with nonprofits. Nonprofits doesn't mean that they don't have money. They do have money, especially if you're tied to fundraising in some way, and you can really communicate that PR is going to help them with fundraising. There's budgets there. So startups, if they're venture backed, great. If it's a small startup, yeah, Angela knows they have budgets. So don't think nonprofit means no money. Startups that are like, I'm a new business and I don't have a huge budget, you can decide if it's super cool and you're like, I'm going to be on the ground floor and I'm going to do this for 6 months. And then once you launch, we'll reevaluate, because this is an introductory rate and you put a sort of a deadline on it, maybe come in a little bit lower if you think something is super, super cool and you want to be a part of it. But, certain areas you can charge, more or less. We actually talk about this in Agency Accelerator and my program Lead to Landed. There's like a little mini program I have about generating client leads and securing them as new clients. So if you want, I can actually post a link to it. It's like $47 and it's really good. Boop. Okay. So I'm just gonna link it here because I mentioned it, so you can check it out. But it's super, super affordable and really good. Like, I know people who, the goal here is to help you start to get your first few clients or to revisit so you can niche down and figure out like where to generate leads. It's really, really good for that. So that's Lead to Landed. It's like $47, you guys. It's super worth it. I designed it to be like really, effective. Okay. So now we've covered the 3 reasons why. We're all like, yes, let's raise our rates. Okay. So how do you do it? Step 1, being confident. If you're in the Agency Accelerator, we talk about this all the time, but confidence is the key to charging what you're worth. And many PR pros doubt themselves when they're considering raising their rates. This usually isn't because you don't know your value, but because you're scared that your clients won't think the new rates are worth it. But don't second guess yourself. And remember, if you have confidence in the value you're providing, your clients will too. And we also, in the service pillar of the Agency Accelerator, I talk all the time about presenting your work to clients in a way where it's very impressive, it's very compelling. They're seeing all of the value of what you've done. Even if the results are kind of scant that month, you can, show all the effort you've made, the connections you're making for the brand, and position it in a way where it's very visibly appealing and you're really demonstrating that there's a lot of value and a lot of groundwork that you're laying. So we talk a lot about that, because the key to consistent, predictable, recurring retainer revenue, which is what my 4 pillars helps you achieve, is keeping your existing clients happy and in the door. So they stick around and they keep going and going and going. So my current clients, I'd say one of them is new. 3 out of 4 have renewed their contracts and will go in for another 12 months. And you lock them in and it's like, yes, because now I know at a minimum what we're going to make for the next year, because they're locked in. Lily's saying, yep, I bought Lead to Landed 2 weeks ago. It was great and reassuring me that the leads are indeed out there. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. And the one I did last week, the Facebook Live, I covered some, talking points around why companies need PR during an economic downturn or a recession, because their competitors are cutting back, and here's the time to grab market share. If they take their foot off the gas, if they take their foot off the gas, then they will, kind of lose that momentum and like lose market share to competitors that are actually focused on keeping their customers top of mind and connecting with them. Anyway, so yes, Lily's right. There are leads out there. And in that little mini program, it's great. I mean, it's great. It's very, like, you could do it in a day and it'll give you like actionable steps on finding clients, positioning yourself as the best option and, how to build out your pipeline. So it's very good. So don't second guess yourself. If you have the confidence in the value, your clients will too. And remember that your clients are paying you for value, the value of your services. You need to own that and communicate it confidently. How do you handle it if someone says they're going to work with you but want to start in a few months? Go ahead and send the contract but wait on the invoice. It's tricky. Why are they waiting a few months? If there is like a planning phase that they're in or they're just not ready, maybe offer yourself as a consultant with a lower monthly retainer. And instead of pitching the media, you're helping them figure out what they need to be press ready so that when you do kick off, they have all of the assets ready. They're perfectly you're like, this is what I need to be effective, and you're consulting to them. Maybe you're reviewing some copy for them or writing a couple things for them. I wouldn't want to lock in a rate. Like, what if they wait 6 months or a year and your rates change? And you're, they're like, okay, I'm back. And you're going, well, I don't charge that rate anymore. Like, we, based on the results we're getting, we're getting up there. And now you have to, so put a limit on it and have a start date. Is it really any problem to, just wait and then check back in? I don't know. I've never really taken a signed contract and then waited to start. I would probably try to get myself in there as a consultant, and then you're just in there, right? Awesome. Okay, for sure, she says. Okay, so step 1, we're confident. 2, you're going to plan ahead. If you have a handle on industry rates, and a lot of times people are learning and shocked inside our programs because we talk about what we're charging. We all talk about what we're charging. So there's really good insight. You're no longer operating with blinders on, just guessing. I wonder what everyone else is doing. We talk about it. So you can know where you stand among the competition, and it can give you that extra validation that you need to raise your rates. You can be, I don't want to be the bargain option. I want to be the mid-level premium option. I want to be the option that's oh, they're awesome. They're really good. They have this expertise. We're going to pay a little more than a boutique agency or someone just starting out. Obviously more than a freelancer, but not as much as a big New York agency, international offices, or just a bigger agency with lots of layers of people. You're an efficient, well-oiled machine. So when you know what your industry peers are charging and making and kind of where you want to stack up and where your results stack up, that gives you the validation that you need to raise your rate. So you can come into our programs and talk to people, research the market, see what your competitors are charging. Be sure to account for unique value adds based on you and your team's skills and experience. Again, we talked about some of those value adds. Yeah. Danielle's saying, I heard something really great the other day. Your high-end price is at the bottom of someone's budget. Absolutely. Sometimes you're shocked. And inside the Agency Accelerator, I talk a lot about sales calls and how to run them and how to get the most out of them, what to ask, how to handle, questions with clients. And you need to ask them what their budget is. A lot of times they'll tell you, and a lot of times you'll be like, what? Oh my God. I would have charged half of that, but now I know. Okay, there's some money here. Just a little kind of side note. So take your time determining your new rate and don't really rush into it, because you need to be able to communicate that value of the changes confidently and effectively. I will say here, yeah. So I was going to say something, but I wrote it here. So 3 is keep the rate increase limited to new clients. And, sorry, this calendar popped open. Boop. Then roll it out to current clients. So before you raise your rate with existing clients, start applying your new rate to new clients. It's the easiest place to start because they don't know that you charge less or you have clients on your roster that are paying less. And if these higher rates are landing new business, then you know it's the right amount for your agency to be charging, and you'll be more confident when it's time to talk to your current clients. And you want to make sure you update your website. I do not include my rates on my website because it is a discussion. Not everybody is the same rate. It's just not. There's so many factors. I talk so much about this in the Agency Accelerator. I think the sales component, the pricing, I'm good at that. I gave an example a couple of months ago, but when I bought a condo by myself when I was like just brand new practicing new lawyer. I had just passed the bar. So I found out I passed the bar in November, and I bought a condo all by myself, hadn't even barely worked in law for very long, in Santa Monica in December. And I ended up, it was a really hot property. There were a lot of people bidding on it. And I know I was in a bidding war with multiple people, and they only extended counter offers to 3 of us. And it went back and forth a couple times. And based on the increases in the counter offers, I could tell where the other 2 people I was competing against, what they were doing and how much they were increasing their bid. And I ended up winning the ability to buy my condo. I mean, it was like a great place, so it was awesome. By $500. The other person was $500 below me. And I basically like guessed where they would end up, thinking where I was going to be. And then I came it was like I was on Price is Right or something. I'm like $1, but I ended up winning it by $500. And I'm really good at like negotiating and teaching that skill because I think it's really important. So, one of those things that I really believe strongly in is do not put your rates on your website. Do not. Because you'll get a call from someone and you'll be like, okay, no, you don't get that rate. And then you have to be like, well, that's for this and you're don't put them on there. Let them, lead with a discussion and all of that. But you want to make sure you update your proposals, your templates, all of that, your invoices with your new retainer fees. And you know what else I think is extremely valuable? And you may think this is stupid or super woo-woo. Write it on a Post-it note. However you have to say it to yourself or you believe it. Like, I don't get out of bed for less than $7,500 a month. Or I charge $5,000 a month minimum for my services because I add value, because I create results that are valuable. Write it on a Post-it note. Stick it on your bathroom mirror. And when you wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror and say it. Say it out loud. You should also practice the number so it comes out of your mouth confidently and you don't trip up on like, 75, and you're like, that didn't sound super confident. So start practicing and saying the number in your, out loud and yeah, it's what it is. Like, it's great. We're worth it. And I'm worth it. What makeup company is that? Maybelline? I don't know. You're worth it, right? Your results are worth it, and you're going to feel really confident saying it because you're looking at that paper every single day and you know that you're charging what you're worth. You're going to practice saying the number so it just like flows out like, it's no problem. So start saying it. And I share so many more strategies, like very systematized for you on how to raise your rates with current clients, future clients inside of the Agency Accelerator, which is reopening for enrollment on the 25th. Very soon, October 25th. So make sure if you're interested in getting notified and you want that kind of VIP early access right when we open, you can sign up for the waitlist here. And we are going to kick off with a free training series that will teach you exactly how to navigate your way to a profitable agency on your terms. It's a free live training session, 3 parts. It's going to be really good. It's completely updated and current. And I love teaching this so much because it's my framework that I developed, and we've been teaching to this framework over the last 5 or 6 years. And it didn't just work for me. It has worked for hundreds of agency owners that have enrolled in our program. So it's really good, and it'll give you so much clarity. You'll be like, what? And just know we're going to be advertising a lot. I'm sure I'll be following you all over social media. You'll see my ads. If you see an ad for me, just give it like a heart, or, just be like, Jen's great, or whatever. Like it really helps, people that maybe don't know what we offer or whatever. If you're in any of our programs and you see an ad, don't worry like, oh, she's going to have to pay because I saw it. Just put a comment, put a heart, make something. If you like what we have taught or what we have to offer, please interact with any of those ads so other people can see like, oh, she is helping or whatever. So I'll be following you around while we're launching this program. And if you have any questions about it or whether it's the right thing for you right now, hit us up. Just reach out to support@generationacademy.com. I'm writing it in the comments. And my team will, honestly, we'll get on the phone and talk to you about it so that you can make an informed decision. And I want to provide nothing but extreme value. And it's very important to me that you make your investment back pretty much right away. So we teach you immediately implementable strategies. I don't know if that's a word, but strategies you can immediately implement so that you can start making more money. And one of them is, obviously leveraging more revenue from your existing clients. They're so happy with the other services. Maybe it's time for them to expand into some additional things, and you can be the expert that's going to, provide that to them. So that's what I have for you today. I'll stay on for a minute. I got to jump because I have a meeting in 3 minutes, but oh my God, these kitties are so cute. You should see them. They're very cute. But I appreciate all of you being here so much, and thank you for letting me share a bit about my 15th anniversary trip in nature. My recommendation is, as much as you can get outside and breathe fresh air, walk on the grass. Kathy! Woo, woo, woo. On my Post-it note, I know my worth. I know my value. I bring expertise to the table. My fee is X dollars. Yep. Look at that. I speak it. Love it, Kathy. I love it. Kathy, I've never questioned your confidence. You're always so on it, and I love that. So try it, you guys. Remind yourself all the time. Once you start confidently behaving and thinking like an entrepreneur who charges that much for your services based on your value, you start checking into that mindset, making decisions from that mindset, it will transform your business. It will transform, and then your life. It'll transform your business. Start being and doing the things that you want to have, and then you'll, start to create that momentum and lay the path for what it is you're going into in your business. And that's what we are going to teach you. So that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for engaging with my Facebook Live while I'm on here. And if you have any questions, reach out to my team, support@Generation Academy. And we'll get on the phone with you and just talk to you about whether or not this is something, at a minimum, you should check into this training, because why not? It's free. It's super good. It'll give you a lot of clarity. So there you go. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. I'm going to bounce to my next call, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for being here.